Hello and welcome to our next video where we're going to learn how to associate parts and colors to our plant. So here we've drilled in, we've logged in, and we've gotten to our details for the Alabama Jubilee, and we're going to then now start associating colors. So we did the details last time, but now let's start looking at colors. So if I want to associate parts and colors to this plant, I just expand the parts and colors control. You can see here that when this expands there's quite a bit going on. There's an instruction block up here that you can use to guide you to remember what you're doing, but you can click on that and it will actually go away just so it isn't taking up room on the screen for you. You can then click this restore text to bring it back if you want to reread that, so don't worry, it's not gone forever. But when we're using these controls, what we can do, there are multiple ways to associate things. So first we're going to associate a part, and then for each part we associate, we can associate the colors we want on that part. So for instance, if we wanted a throat, we could associate the throat. Now we can do that one way is by just double clicking. When I double click that, you'll see it's over here. It flashes green, letting me know that it's assigned, and also it'll show up in this list. So when I go to the drop down list here now for the throat, you can see all the different colors, and let's select green, and let's again just double click to assign green to that throat, and you can see now that the throat is green, and it also lists down here on the bottom as well. So that's one way that you can do things. You can easily just double click. You can also do that to remove, and we'll see that in just a second. But if you want to, you can actually do multiple parts at once. So if you know you're going to track, for instance, the edge, the picotee, the halo, and the basic color, as well as the throat. So we already have the throat associated. We'll just leave that there. What we can actually do is hold down the control button and single click on the different parts that we want to associate. So now I have all three of those selected. And then I can hit this greater than button, and that is a move right button, which moves those three at once all over to the right. I can't double click on multiple. I can only double click on a single, but I can select multiples and move those over. Now if I want to remove, it's the same thing. So if I have this, I'm not going to track the statement, I can just double click the ones that I don't want to track, or I could again, select multiples. Here we're gonna actually track that. I'll bring it back, and then you can see that this is very easy to move back and forth. Now once I have something with some colors associated to it, if I remove it from the parts, it will actually automatically delete those colors as well. So if I did move throat back over here to the left, then I need to bring it back over if I want the throat, and again you'll see that the throat no longer has green associated to it, so I'll need to reassociate that because I deleted it. So now it's back, and we're back to where we were. So let's go ahead and finish this up here. We have the edge, the picotee, and we're going to do violet for that. So let's find violet, and then we'll just double click it. You can do multiple colors just like you could do multiple parts. So if you wanted to have purple, red, rose, white, yellow all associated to this, you could do that as well. But let's take those off. So you can see how you can delete things just as easily as you can add them by using the less than sign, or double clicking a single one if you want to remove it off. And then let's add a dark purple on the halo for whatever reason, so that we can just have that tracked. And again, I'm just double clicking. If you see it move over, that's what's happening. It's not actually me pushing anything other than just double clicking. And let's have a main basic color on this one of cream for whatever reason. And again, we're not trying to make a real flower here. We're just trying to show how you can actually do this to track your real flowers. And so it'll be up to you to determine what colors you want, of course, on which part. But you can see as you add these, edge picotee is violet, halo is dark purple, main basic is cream, and throat is green. And it also lists them down here specifically, and we'll see that in a summary in another session down the line here. But ultimately, these are the colors associated. Right now, everything is single. Again, if you wanted to add multiple colors on, you could easily do that. You could see them not listed. And the nice part about it being up here is if I click on that to collapse it, I still see all the colors that are associated on my plant for each part there. So I have my edge picotee violet, my halo dark purple, etc., and so on. So that helps you to keep track of your stuff without having to have everything expanded all the time. Let's take that color off. Alright, so that wraps up our video on how to assign parts and colors and how to remove them, and hopefully you can use that going forward to build your awesome plants in the system, and we'll see you out there. Thanks.